Yes, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome to another summer daily news show. Ibu Konate has spoken about the potential signings at Liverpool Football Club. So is James Pearce. Manu Kone, interest from Aston Villa and Wolves too. Apparently, Liverpool are interested in a young winger along with many other big clubs. So much to talk about. Sit back, relax. Let's do this. Hope you're well, lovely people. Summertime. The weather is beautiful outside. Hope you're all well wherever you are in the world. In the UK, I'm sure you're enjoying the lovely weather. Right, let's make no bones about it. There's a lot going on this summer, or there should be a lot going on with Liverpool Football Club. But let's start with what I believe is a very good and very strong topic to start with, and that is this man, Ibu Konate, speaking up and speaking out about potential things going on at Liverpool Football Club. Now, I'm going to read you some quotes and let me know what you guys think. So, you're going to see me looking off screen a little bit because I'm going to read the quotes, but I'm very impressed by this man. I'm not going to lie. So, as read, we have to replace them regarding the players that have left. If not, what do? Do we play with an understaffed squad lacking in quality? You can't rely on youth at this level. I'm sure the boss and the recruitment team know we need new players. Now, this is off the back of him speaking about his good friend Turam, who's been heavily linked with the club. First and foremost, this is the sort of ambition I want from our players. I've seen Mo Salah since the end of the season speak, and I've now seen Konate speak. Well done to them both. And for everyone who says, let's keep things in-house, don't want to see players and managers speaking out or saying anything, nothing disrespectful here, nothing rude, nothing controversial, just facts and reassurance that us as fans want to hear. And Ibu's absolutely spot on. We've lost players. Go and replace the players that we've lost. But not just that, go and upgrade on some of the players we already have as well. We have not been adding to the squad enough over the last few years, and we're in this situation now. Do not let us down. And that goes for FSG and Klopp. Do not let us down. If Ibu's coming out and saying this, if our best player, Mo Salah's coming out and saying this, I don't know what else to say. But thank you, Ibu Konate. Because he's saying what the vast majority of us are thinking and want to say. But he's had a platform and he's used his platform for good. Now it's over to the club. They have to do what is right for Liverpool Football Club. None of this nonsense. Get the players, recruit the right players, and let's make a push of it for next season. Another person who, should I say, has been speaking about Liverpool is this man again, James Pearce. So James Pearce, often dubbed a bad news Pearce, which I think is a bit harsh. Has been on this show before and has always been really graceful or gracious to us, shall I say. He has spoken though regarding transfers, and he's basically. So I'll read out what he said. It's basically on the lines of he believes we could make some more signings, but he doesn't know whether or not we will, depending on what we have available or the personnel that's available. Now, for me, guys, this screams of propaganda. Now, James isn't as close to the club as he used to be, so that is one thing. So we may have to take to a pinch of salt. With all due respect, I don't care about sort of compromising this summer. There is no chance for that for me. We've compromised for years now, and look where it's got us. The budget should be there. And if the budget's not there, Klopp should be screaming from the rooftops for the budget. And if the budget's not there, FSG, go. What are you here for? If you can't afford to sustain this club and take us to where we need to be, then go. Sell up and go. But don't be half in, half out. You're either here or you're not. Go and get the right players. Like this notion of, oh, we don't know if the budget's right or the cost of the player. Everyone in the world knows we're looking for midfielders. Why? Because you guys left it like this. So of course teams are going to try and exploit. I'm not saying to go out and get exploited to a crazy amount. But there's going to be a bit of exploitation because we've positioned ourselves like this. So you take what you're given and you deal with it. But I don't want to be hearing about any of this. Just get it done. So long and short of it, James, no disrespect to you. I know you're doing your reporting, but Liverpool Football Club, get your act together and get things sorted out. On to something slightly more positive in this man. I'm just going to leave him on the screen for a second because this is not just a great goalkeeper. This is not just a great human being. This is someone who could go down, in my opinion, as the best Liverpool goalkeeper of all time. Maybe a bit premature to some of our older viewers and older Liverpool fans. For me, he's certainly the best Liverpool goalkeeper I've seen in my lifetime. And he has today been confirmed as Liverpool's player of the season. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Had he not won it, it would have been the biggest of injustices going. He was head and shoulders our best player last season. Not just that, when we did our ratings, again, shout out to Sam, who collated all the ratings for us. He, again, led with all the ratings. Without Alisson this season, forget about a late top 4 charge, would have been scrambling with some of the lower teams. We would have had a Chelsea season, if not worse. The guy is incredible. Last season, he was incredible. And I hope we get the players around him so that he doesn't have to be used as often next season. So that he can have a few of those games where he's just a passenger and just coasting through. Because we all know when he's needed, he steps up and steps up big. So Alisson, congratulations. With all due respect, though, Alisson, I hope you don't win any more of these, because if you win any more of these, it means we haven't had a good season, in my opinion. So I hope this is something you enjoy, but I hope it's the last time you win one of these for a good little while. Speaking of another midfielder who is at Liverpool, and that is Leighton Clarkson, spent the season on loan at Aberdeen last season, and by all accounts did pretty well there. And it is them who seem to be leading the race for his signature, but not this loan, not a loan this time, but a permanent signature. So it seems as though his 15-year stint at Liverpool from an academy player to an academy graduate could be coming to an end. I'm sure we'll put some sort of a buyback clause in there. If that were to happen, that makes all the sense in the world, in my opinion. He's not a player that's knocking on the door to get into the first team yet. We are hopefully going to make more additions to the midfield. There's no point just keeping him around just for the sake of it. So if he does go, he goes with all the blessings. Hopefully we get a good fee. We insert a buyback clause, and if he has a good career and a good few years, who knows? Could see him back at Liverpool Football Club. On to this man now. Mr. Kone, a player that you guys know I've admired for well over a year now. And when we were linked with him, I was over the moon, but I always had my reservations. Talk has really cooled over the last week or so, and it seems as though we're going all out for Khéphren Thuram as opposed to Khéphren and Kone. And again, look, taking my bias out of it, I think Kone is the more refined player, but I think Khéphren has the highest ceiling, and I understand if we only need one out of the two, because they are quite similar in the way they play to an extent. In an ideal world, you get both, and you kind of protect yourself for the future-proof the squad. But I'd understand if we don't. However, it seems as though two other teams are interested in him, and that is Aston Villa and Wolves. Now, you're sitting there going, Wolves, they've just had a mediocre season, no European football. Would he go there? Probably not. Aston Villa, on the other hand, though, they might not be tearing up trees right now, but they are definitely laying the foundation and planting trees. And they have a lot of money, and they're willing to spend it. And Kone going there provides him with a platform of playing regular Premier League football, potentially getting them into Europe, massive fan base, and progressing his career. I wouldn't be surprised if there was legs in this, especially if Liverpool decide not to go in for Kone. Now, granted, PSG and a few other the big teams are interested in Kone, but if none of those teams approach and Villa's there, I wouldn't be surprised. But I still hope that he is a priority for Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp, and that we try and get him, but time will tell. On to this player now, Arda Güler. Again, probably butchered his name. If I have, apologies, not my intent. This is a young 18-year-old winger who plays in Turkey, who has been linked with us, but a raft of clubs as well. I think he's most notably been linked with Arsenal. He seems really good. Heard some good things about him, read a few scouting reports. Again, not seen anything barring some YouTube clips, so I'm not going to sit here and go, yeah, I really want him. We need to get him. because I've not seen him play a football match. So I can't sit here and say that. Based on YouTube clips, he looks like he's excellent, but who doesn't? So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Again, with him being 18 years old, a left-footed right winger, could he be someone we do bring into the club to deputise for Mo? He's not going to expect to start games straight away, in my opinion, at 18 years old. He wouldn't have to be registered, which would be another bonus as well. So maybe there are more legs to this than the surface level seems. Also, his release clause is around 17.5 million, which again is kind of a steal nowadays for players. We look at price, and if you look at inflation and how prices have sort of changed over the last couple of decades, 17.5 mil for me is the equivalent of like a 5 to 10 million pounds in today's day and age. I think it's a cheap fee, and I think you could do a lot worse for players of that fee. So be interesting to see what we move with this summer. But people, if you haven't already, please do make sure you smash that like button. Let me know your thoughts on what Ibu's done. Do you like the fact that he's spoken out? Do you wish he had stayed quiet and not said anything? Really interesting to get your point of views on that. We will be back later with a show, potentially, if not tonight, maybe tomorrow, definitely Friday. And make sure you follow us on social media as well. Some good stuff coming out on there. Some plans for the summer as well, people. Until we see you next time, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay blessed. My name is Callum. We are Team Kop-Ish. Take it easy, people.